Hi there, welcome to Two Birds, welcome to your practice. I'm Fiona. Today's class is a compact 30-minute Vinyasa flow class, and it is dedicated to self-care, looking after yourself, squeezing your practice in even when you have time constraints. And it's also part 3 of the on and off the mat series of classes. And so one of the byproducts of looking after yourself is a concept in yoga called Seva, which is selfless service. It's an essential part of the yoga tradition. So we'll touch on that concept throughout class. For practice, you may wish to have a block if you like balancing with blocks, otherwise no other props. And if you are enjoying the classes and you'd like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. I really hope you enjoy your practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And begin your practice in child's pose at the back of your mat. Knees can go wide or narrow, arms reaching forward. Taking a few moments here, collecting and grounding your attention in your body by following the steady stream of your breath. Inviting your forehead to rest, your shoulders to relax. And approach your practice today with the lens of nourishing yourself. So whatever that feels and looks like for you today, and just to help narrow your focus, take these quiet moments now to set an intention, perhaps a wish you have for yourself, so you can lay the foundation for your practice ahead. And if at any time during your practice you feel like your body needs rest or your breath needs a moment to catch up, you can return to this posture and do less, joining back in the flow whenever you're ready. And rise up onto all fours now, and then glide through a few rounds of cat and cow, arching and rounding your spine, and finding a breath matched within every movement you create. Starting to mobilize the bones of your spine, the joints of your shoulders, your hips, your wrists. And you can stay with this linear movement or last few breaths here, something less structured, just moving intuitively, perhaps circling or barrel rolling your spine. And then as you're ready, coming into your first downward facing dog. Just gently stretching out, opening the back seam of your body. And when we take time to nurture ourselves through our practice, we create more freedom and space. We can feel it in our bodies. And also just simply walking our awareness down from our head and into our bodies, we offer ourselves the opportunity to feel more, to get out of our heads, our monkey minds, and tune into our own wisdom. Hear the messages from our body. And sometimes when we let our self-care practices slip, we sometimes miss those cues from our body, and that can show up as physical and emotional resistance to things, attachment, just feeling stuck. So first and foremost, this practice is for you to really check in with your own being and reconnect. the end of your next exhale, transition to the front of your mat. Open on your inhale, fold on your exhale, Uttanasana, Urdhva Hastasana, taking your arms overhead, inhaling up to stand, and prayer hands to your heart, Tadasana. We'll flow through 2 rounds, Surya Namaskar A. I'll guide you through 1 round, then flowing at your own pace, just listening to your breath, your body. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. And then step to plank pose. Pause, greet your shape with a breath. Then lower to your belly for cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Low and slow, arching your spine. And then press back, 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Each breath connecting you deeper into your own presence, the felt experience in your body. Ushering your breath to the places where you may feel more congested, where perhaps the sensations are exaggerated. At the end of your 5th breath, coming forward to the top of your mat, we'll flow through another cycle, Surya A. Open and fold with your breath. Rise to stand. And then hands to your heart center, Tadasana. In your own time now, Surya Namaskar A. And then we'll take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Just keep navigating your awareness into your body, toward your intention. And just keep moving in agreement with yourself. Breathing a smooth, even breath in, and an equal measured breath out. Making your way now to the top of your mat. As you're ready, open on your inhale, fold and release with your out breath. Inhaling up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands to your heart, Tadasana, bring your big toes to touch. Next breath in, chair pose, Utkatasana, here for 3 breaths, and we'll start to build our standing flow. Forward fold on your exhale, Uttanasana. Lift and open your chest forward, and then step your right foot back, runner's lunge. Pause on your fingertips, take a breath, and then walk a quarter turn to your right for Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged fold. Hook onto your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Lengthen on your inhale. Fold on your exhale. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips under the shoulders. Then hold the waist. Inhale, lift all the way up. And move into left side, warrior 2. Take a moment to ground and steady your posture, your gaze. 3 steady breaths. Triangle pose, Trikonasana, 2 straight legs. 3 breaths. Return to your runner's lunge and then lightly step up to the top of your mat. Open and fold with your breath. Come to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, and then lower your hands to prayer at your heart. So heel your feet together, switching sides, chair pose, sit low, 3 breaths. Forward fold on your exhale. Ardha Uttanasana. And then left foot back, runner's lunge. Lead your chest forward, take a breath. And then wide-legged forward fold, walk your hands to your left. Inhale, lengthen up onto your fingertips. Exhale this time, palms on the floor, 3 breaths. Lifting up halfway, hands to your hips, and then leading with your heart, rise all the way to stand. Opening to Warrior 2 to your right, 3 breaths. Triangle pose, Trikonasana, 3 breaths. And then hands to the floor, runner's lunge. Stepping up, top of your mat. Lengthen. And exhale, fold in. Come to stand. And prayer hands to your heart. We're going to add on now. Stay with me. Flow a little bit more. Breath to movement. Chair on your inhale. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe your heart forward. Step your right foot back now, Warrior 2. Rise with your in-breath. Then land and settle with your out-breath. Triangle pose. Hinging forward, taking your gaze slowly skyward. Release and return, runner's lunge. And now plant your hands flush, down dog splits, send the left leg up and back. On your exhale, step your left foot to your hands, low lunge, soften your right knee to the floor. Raise your arms with your in-breath. And then hands to the floor on your out-breath, stepping up to the top of your mat. Open up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold with your out-breath. Rise, come to stand, 2 straight legs. And then lower your hands to prayer. Left side, breath to movement. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, Warrior 2. Arms go wide, hips go low as you exhale. And then straighten both legs, triangle pose, bump your hips to the left. Expand to the edge of your limbs. And then hands to the floor, runner's lunge. Down dog split, send your right leg up and back. As you breathe out, step your right foot forward to your hands, low lunge, left knee softly down. Take a breath, sweep your arms up. Release, fingertips to the floor and step up, top of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Rising up, full breath. Hands to prayer, Tadasana. Separate your feet now, hips width apart, hands to hips, moving into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Stepping your right foot back here, and your choice, either taking reverse namaste or holding opposite elbows behind you. Draw the shoulder blades in and down your back, lengthen with your in-breath, and then fold with your out-breath. Deepening your breath, so deepening the depth of feeling and experience. On your inhale, come all the way up, hands to hips. And we're going to catch our balance, bringing your right knee in toward your chest. Transitioning into standing big toe pose, catch a hold right big toe with your right peace fingers and thumb. 3 breaths here, either lengthening your right leg straight forward or balance with your knee bent to modify, or somewhere in between. And then slowly taking your right leg out to your right now, externally rotating. 3 breaths, left arm out to your left to steady your balance. And then coming back through center. Rebend your right knee and carefully lowering your foot back down to the mat. Take a moment to shake out your legs, recenter, and then setting up for the other side, separating your feet, stepping your left foot back for pyramid pose, hands behind your back in your preferred bind. Take a breath, lengthen through the front of your spine, and then fold. A long, slow, calm breath in, and a long, slow, calm breath out. 2 more. Coming all the way back up to stand. Preparing to balance. Left knee to chest for single leg mountain pose. And then standing big toe pose, left hand to your left big toe. 3 breaths, either left leg straight forward or knee bent. Carefully now coach your left leg out to the left. Right arm out to your right to counterbalance. 3 breaths. Coming back to center. Knee bends in toward your chest and then just gently step down, left foot to your mat. Big toes to touch, hands to prayer. Next breath in, chair pose. And as you breathe out, forward fold over your legs. Breathe your chest forward. This time, step back to plank pose and lower all the way down to your belly. Pause there. Hands by your lowest ribs, elbows tucking in. We'll peel up into a cobra pose, and as you do, coil your right heel in toward your buttocks. And then lower your forehead, your right foot down. We'll go over to the left side as you breathe in. Left heel toward your buttocks, lifting your heart. Exhale, melt down to the floor. Sweep your arms alongside your body now for locust pose. As you feel yourself breathe in, lifting your arms, chest, both legs, little bend in the knees. And then on an exhale, release. Pressing back into a child's pose. We'll take a few breaths here to soften and settle. And just by practicing and attending to your own well-being, you're more able to then draw from a deeper reservoir of space you create for yourself mentally and physically, emotionally. And one of the greatest byproducts of this self-care is that we start to focus less on ourselves, and then we widen our lens to all those around us. And in the tradition of yoga, this is called Seva, selfless service to others without that expectation of return. And in yoga, it's considered an essential part of the practice. And when you're ready, return to your downward facing dog. Take a few moments here before our final standing flow. And just know that all these self-care rituals that soften us, that challenge us, that lead us toward the felt experience in our bodies, ones that reconnect us with our intentions, these are all personally healing, transformative practices. But ultimately, their trajectory in yoga is all about building your capacity to serve others. On your inhale now, raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, right foot forward to your hands, warrior two. Rise on up with your in-breath, and then land and seal your feet on your exhale. Triangle pose, straighten your right leg. And then moving into extended side angle pose. Rebend your right knee. Left arm overhead. 3 breaths. And transition now into Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. 3 breaths. And then stepping up into chair pose, top of your mat, big toes to touch. Press your palms overhead, lower your hands. Right side, twist now. Keep your breath flowing. One more here. Exhale, release and fold, Uttanasana. Heart forward on your inhale. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. And we'll all meet up there. Left side. As you're ready, left leg rises. On your exhale, warrior two, stepping up. Arms go wide. Triangle pose. Extended side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Hold here, 3 steady breaths. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Letting the posture slowly expand from your center. Carefully stepping up, top of the mat, chair pose, toes together, arms overhead. Press your palms, lower your hands and twist to your left now. 3 breaths. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, step back to plank pose, pause. And then soften into a child's pose, taking your knees wide to the floor and your buttocks to your heels. Loosening your effort across your shoulders and your jaw. And then we'll glide up onto all fours, transition into right side pigeon pose. Right knee to the back of your right hand, left leg extends straight back. And of course, any variation or modification of this to suit and serve you and your needs. We'll pause and slow down here for about 1.5 minutes. Once you're situated, ask your body to be still, your mind quiet. And then gently easing your way back up, changing sides. So you can step back via child's pose, all fours, or downward facing dog. And then taking pigeon pose on your left. Simply pausing, soaking up all the sensations. Feeling tone of your breath. Making contact with your intention, staying present. And then as you're ready, walking back, pressing back into one final downward facing dog. And softening your knees to the floor, bring your feet around to the front of your mat for Paschimottanasana. Final forward fold, extending both legs straight. And a little bend in your knees if your hamstrings are tight here. It's taking the next 5 calm breaths to fold and release forward in your version. And taking final rest now. And you may wish to lay down in shavasana or remain seated. Find your comfortable meditation posture. We're here briefly, just for the next little while. If you have longer, feel free to pause me and rest back comfortably. And wherever you're at, just allowing your shape now to invoke a feeling of surrender. Letting go of your intentions just for now. Sinking into that feeling of restful alertness. And Seva translates as together with. And let's together acknowledge this practice not only as an important gift to ourselves to nurture and nourish and reconnect to our own being, so important, but also a practice for the benefit of all beings. So as we feel a wholeness and freedom once more from our practice, we can give more freely. Consider any ways, thoughtful, kind, altruistically, that you may be able to share and give selflessly today. So you can absorb and share your energy that is healing for the benefit of yourself and all others. And rest now. I'll be back to guide you back in another minute. And gently, softly drifting your awareness back. Stretching your body out, rolling your shoulders, wriggling the toes and the feet. Taking the next few breaths to roll out to your right side if you are laying down. Take a moment to pause. Blinking your eyes open. Let the light in. Drag your way back up to sit. And thank you so much for joining me for this series of classes. Hopefully, in a small way, they offer you a chance to deepen your understanding of the practice and perhaps deepen your experience, your exposure with the practice on and off the mat. Take care. Namaste.